Sri Matre Namaha, Sri Rama Raksha, Sarva Jagat Raksha. Before getting into the topic, please like, share and subscribe to our channel so you motivate us in bringing out this sacred content to you all. Today I'm going to talk everything about the dimension 1. As I told you in my previous videos that if you did not yet watch my Tree of Life 1, go watch it because it is important one so that you can understand what are the dimensions, what is the story of those dimensions. In my previous one, when I was explaining about the Tree of Life, I told you that there are certain stories about each dimension and you have to heal those stories. You have to integrate those stories and you have to, whoever is in those past dimensions, whatever dimensions you were at, and you in your own journey you will be revealed about certain things which you have to heal in each dimension, or sometimes it might be in each dimension or sometimes it might be in some particular dimension. So here what I'm doing is I'm trying to help you remember your own stories by sharing what I know. Okay, whatever I know from each dimension, I'm going to share those things with you all so that you can help yourself, okay, by understanding these stories and by understanding these dimensions and where you stand in those dimensions and what is your own personal individual story in that dimension and what you have to actually heal in that dimension. Okay, so this might be very, very useful for you if you have already activated most of your chakras. Then whatever so things which are coming to the surface for you, which you have to heal, okay, where you have to do your shadow work. So these stories and this remembrance might help you remember yourself, might help you remember those wounds. So whenever you remember something, whenever you remember that pain, then only you can acknowledge it and then only you can heal it. So by remembering what happened to you in the past, then only you will be able to heal it. So in order to heal it, you have to first feel it. Okay, feel it, heal it and release it, let go of it and integrate your stories, the past, whatever past happened with you in those different types of dimensions, because we are all multi-dimensional beings. We just don't stay in one dimension. We are in different dimensions, in different density universes also, in different forms. So each one of you who is listening to this, who came till here, have a story which they have to heal, have some shadow work which they have to do. If they do their shadow work, then only they can integrate that light, right? So dimension 1 is the root chakra. Root chakra, you all know that in root chakra there are so many things which you have to heal. Like you have to heal the ancestral, healing. You have to heal your entire ancestral DNA, which I'm talking about the biological ancestors. So there is also ascended master ancestral stories which you have to heal. That I'll maybe make another video about it. But here I'm talking about the basic dimensional 1 healing. Okay, so here you have your biological ancestors, both the maternal and paternal sides. You have to heal what all problems, traumas, whatever things your ancestors might have faced, like your mother's generations or your father's generation, your maternal side or paternal side. What story is repeating in your maternal side or paternal side? You have to catch that story and you have to heal that story. So what pattern is repeating in your lineage? What pattern is repeating in your DNA? What kind of behaviors are repeating in your DNA? What kind of wounds are repeating in your DNA? What kind of trauma is repeating in your DNA? You have to identify that in your maternal DNA or paternal DNA by doing your meditation, inner work, shadow work and all these works, mirror work. Okay, then you can talk to your ancestors if they are comfortable with it. You can know your story, you can know your ancestral story, you can know your story of the lineage, you can know your DNA. So when you know your DNA, when you know your ancestors, when you know what traumas are there in your ancestral DNA, I'm talking about your own DNA, what traumas are there in those DNA, you have to heal that. So whenever you identify these traumas, these wounds, these pains, okay, heal it off, start your healing work immediately. You have to heal each and everything which unresolved issues of your ancestors, whatever your ancestors might have skipped, you have to heal that as a star seed. You are born in a specific lineage, specific family, so that you can heal all those things and you can pass on your own light to your DNA backwards, okay, backward and forward. So you have to do that, being a star seed, being that light being, okay. You came into a certain lineage, you have that responsibility of healing your ancestral DNA, your own DNA, your own root chakra, chakra. You have to heal and release all the blockages in your root chakra, all the obstacles in your root chakra. Basically, you have to heal your unconscious mind. So first dimension carries a lot of information about the unconscious mind. So unconscious mind not only carries the information about the ancestral lineages, both maternal, paternal, but also carries the memories of your past life. So I have told you before only that every dimension has a story. So in order to unlock that story also, you have to work on your root chakra, so that you unlock those stories. You can unlock your past life, and you can access your multidimensionality. You are a multidimensional being. So when you access your multidimensionality, you will know what have happened in different dimensions with the different versions of you. When you know what have happened with the different versions of you, then you can heal those things, and you can completely let go of whatever which needs to be you have to let go. And whatever you have to, there might also be some gifts which you might have accumulated in your past life, due to your sadhana or spiritual work, or being in the ascension journey. You might not be in the ascension journey for the first time. You might be in the ascension journey in your previous dimensions also. Of course, in your higher dimensions, you already are in the ascension journey. Okay, so you have to understand from which dimension you are coming from. So all these things, all your memories are, your storage box is there, your hard disk is there in the first dimension. So you have to do a lot of work for the first dimension, because to unlock all these things, you have to heal yourself a lot. When you heal, then only all the things will be revealed to you. It might take some years, but you have to patiently deal with it, and you have to heal each and everything which is coming in front of you, which is coming in your hologram, which is mirroring. People are mirroring from you, or you are mirroring to people whatever things which are there, wounds, traumas, pains, what is reflecting in the hologram, what is reflecting in your own reality, in your own 3D world. You have to observe all that thing, and you have to heal all that thing. When you heal all these things, then your slowly your hard disk will open up, and your hard disk will show you other things which you have to heal from other lifetimes. So first you have to focus on working on this lifetime. So when you have healed yourself enough, when you have activated yourself enough, when you have activated enough chakras, then you will move on healing the other dimensions, your ancestral wounds also, your ancestral maternal. You will work for the maternal side and the paternal side also, and you will work for the past lives also. And later there'll come a stage where, now this is like a second stage, where you are not only healing your ancestral DNA, biological DNA, but also you have ascended master ancestral healing. Okay, so that ascended master ancestral healing is advanced stage, where you will heal your versions of you, which is more advanced versions of you, which got traumatized by the collective, or wounded by the collective, or which got some traumatic memories, which have some fight which might have happened with the dark forces, or something which might have happened has a collective. When you were a higher being, maybe you were traumatized because of your gifts. You were shut down because of you might have gotten bullied, you might have gotten beaten up, or you might have people have murdered you. Some trauma might happen because you are a light being, because when you incarnate in the density universe as a higher being, they will do something which will create a trauma and drama. Okay, in that story. Okay, so what is the drama and trauma in that story? You have to heal that also. Okay, you have to heal that also. And what is your involvement in the collective? You have to heal that also. So this is like ascended master ancestral healing. So you are not only have to heal the biological DNA, but also have to heal your own higher versions. You have to heal the wounds and traumas of your own higher versions, which might have incarnated at the earth to help the humanity and got stuck here in the third dimensional realities or the lower densities. And you have to heal all those stories and the traumas. Okay, they some of you might have been Azurites. Okay, Azurites came to the lower densities and to help the people or the beings in the lower densities, and they instead when they were helping the beings in the lower densities, and they had to face a lot of traumas and issues and shadows. And you might take the story of Ramayana, where Lord Ram have came here, and he helped a lot of beings. He helped a lot of beings, but then their story was such that even the god had to suffer like that. So when you have to heal your own higher versions, where you came down here for your purpose and you got traumatized or you got victimized. Okay, and you got shot down. So many things might have happened with you. You have to unlock those memories. You have to remember who you are, and you have to heal all those things. This is the ascended master and ancestral healing, which is the higher levels of the healing. When you finish the basic healing, then you will heal this, and then you have your past lives. Okay, whatever incarnations and forms you have taken in the past lives, whatever stories you have in your past life, you have to heal all those things also. So you have to heal all those things also. So after healing all these things, and you have like, it is like a parallel earth. Okay, dimension 1 is not only your unconscious mind. So dimension 1 is not just your unconscious mind, but it is also your root chakra. Okay, it is also your unconscious mind. It is also your hard disk where all your memory box is stored. Okay, all your entire history is stored in the dimension 1. All your cellular memory is stored in the dimension 1. You have to activate and awaken your cellular memory, which happens in the advanced stages of your ascension journey. It is very, very important. Maybe someday I'll tell you about the cellular memory and all those things. You have to reawaken and remember. Okay, so that remembrance is activating your cellular memory. It is very important to activate your cellular memory. When you activate your cellular memory, then only all your hidden stories will come to the surface, and it will give you a chance for you to heal all those wounds which happened in your in your past, or which are stored in your unconscious mind, or which might have happened to your ancestors or your ascended master ancestors, and all those things are stored in your unconscious mind. So you have to heal all these things, and you have to be ready for your next stage of your ascension journey. And this is not only this, it is also your parallel earth. Okay, so dimension 1 is also your parallel earth. So if you are experiencing some parallel earth, okay, and multiverse concept, which I have explained in my previous videos. So if you are experiencing any kind of different versions of you, if you are, I just saw level 11. Okay, so different versions of you, or if you might be experiencing a twin flame from some other dimensions, and it is most likely it is from the parallel earth. Okay, so if you want to understand more about the parallel earth, I have made videos about the multiverse concept. You can watch those, and you can listen to those, and you can have a better understanding about what I'm talking. And you can also watch a movie called as Varna. It is a Telugu movie. It is a very nice movie which explains about the multiverse concept. So if you are interested, and if you want to know about the different types of earths and different dimensions, okay, which actually exist, and you can watch this movie called as Varna. It is Varna. Okay, so here in this movie, it is like it has a parallel earth concept where both the twin flames have their different versions in different dimensions, and they are different from the each of them are different in different dimensions. So in one dimension they are just like us, in the other dimension they are very different, like they are like some past version of themselves, and in the other dimension they are some future version of themselves. So these are all like a parallel earths. I have explained parallel earth concept, and if you are interested, you can listen to that. So this is like a parallel earth. So you might experience sometimes your parallel versions. When I experienced my parallel version, I got shocked. Okay, in my own ascension journey, in your advanced stages of your ascension journey, you will experience a parallel self. Okay, your parallel version of you, which might be your twin flame also. Okay, so we are all living in the particle universe. Okay, so sometimes you might experience something which is very different, which might be from anti-particle universe, which is from different universe. Okay, so you might experience something which is very, very different and very, very random, and which is out of the box, and which you might for many days I did not have any clues like what is happening to me. But then not only your past life, not only your ascended master ancestral healing, not only your versions in different dimensions, but also your parallel versions might also get revealed when you do real hard work in your ascension journey, when you seriously want to move forward in your ascension journey, when you are trying very, very hard to do your DNA activations and all those things. Definitely you will also experience some of these experiences which I have talked before in my own ascension journey. Okay, so there is like a parallel earth also. You will experience parallel earth also. You might experience antiparticle universe also sometimes. Okay, so from antiparticle universe also you might receive information about yourself, about your own past selves, or about your own past versions. So antiparticle universe also runs in a different way than the particle universe, but antiparticle universe is like just a mirror of you. It's just like your twin flame. It's like you are seeing yourself in a mirror. So it antiparticle universe have some mirror stories about you. Okay, so it might be contain some future stories about you. You might never know. So you might see your future versions of you. You might experience the future stories about you. You might experience the same stories in your own life in the future. Okay, you might not know. Maybe some years back you might experience something, and out after some years it came into your reality, and it came in from that parallel version of you where you have jumped to your highest timeline. So it can happen. So there are so many different versions of the parallel earth, and it depends on you and your journey which timeline you're choosing, and which timeline got integrated in your now present timeline. And there are so many factors to it, but then this is like a basic thing which I have told about parallel earth. And if you want to access all these things, if you want to experience all these things, first what you have to do is to activate your DNA. Okay, that is the only way. DNA activations and moving forward in the ascension journey will only reveal things about you. If you want to know about yourself, you have to do your chakra activations and DNA activations seriously. Then only you will be able to know about all these things. DNA activations is nothing but activating all your dimensions. As I told you before, that each dimension carries each chakra. For example, first dimension carries first chakra. So if you are activating the first chakra, and then you are in that process of accumulating the frequencies and correcting and releasing all those wounds and integrating the light within that chakra, then you are accumulating the frequencies of the dimension 1. Like that, there are so many different dimensions. So has more and more you awaken, more and more you activate each strands of your DNA. For example, first dimension contains the first strand of DNA, second dimension contains second strand of DNA, third dimension contains third strand of DNA, likewise all the dimensions, right? So the more and more you activate your DNA strands, the more and more you will know the stories about your own self, and more you will be able to hold that light in this reality, and by that you can do your purpose in this reality, right? So this was all about parallel earth. So thank you so much for tuning in. Sri Rama Raksha Sarva Jagat Raksha Shri Matre Namaha.